Hello, welcome or welcome back to Mia Likes Movies. My name is Mia and I like movies. Today we are in a very different location. We are in my dining room, and that is because that is where the Wi-Fi is set up. I just don't have Wi-Fi in my room for some reason, and that's okay. I love that. It's amazing, actually. But luckily enough, I actually have a decorated part of the dining room. If you're wondering, these two photos are my dad's old skateboarding company. That's right. I come from a cool dad. Goodwill and Goodwill. We're going back to more horny online content because that's what's fun for me and that's what's fun for all of you. And what better way to celebrate Thanksgiving and what it means to be American than going back to America's roots with England. And I say all that in a way to segue to what we're actually doing today. Big reveal. Drum roll, please. I'm going to be smashing or passing every single English monarch in the history of England. I had a series that I did of this on my TikTok a long time ago and it got maybe 100 views. I think it's fun and I want to do it and I love history. I'm wondering what my favorite part of English history is. It's not Shakespeare. I actually love the Plantagenets. I have a whole book on them. I think it's really interesting. It's like the period of time right before War of the Roses. I guess it is related to Shakespeare. Shakespeare's histories, most of them are based off of the Plantagenets. Dan Jones has really good novels on both the Plantagenets and the War of the Roses. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend his books. And it's also what Game of Thrones is based off of. Not the Plantagenets, but the War of the Roses. Let's get into it, okay? This is from historic-uk.com, and they have the entire list of all the kings and queens with portraits and photos when applicable. Because obviously, the first official king of England was in the year 827, and they didn't have pictures. Probably thinking, why didn't they have the portrait? I don't know, he's probably ugly. But there's a lot. So there's 63 monarchs over 1200 years. That's what we're dealing with today. So we got a lot to get through. I'm hoping I can do this all in one part. So we're starting off with the Saxon Kings. Egbert was the first official one. Let's see if I open this, will we get a picture? Oh, that's a pass. I don't even care what he did. That's a pass. He got a big ass head. I don't know how you pronounce this. Aethelwulf. So he's the son of Egbert. Okay, that's not horrible. I guess it could be worse. Let's see. Okay, I'll go with Smash. I'll go with Smash for that one. Aethelbald. Love these names. Let's bring back Aethelbald. Oh, is this a picture of him? No, this is Aethelbert. Okay, this is where it gets confusing. This is why I have the list pulled up, because you have to follow along with me. And yes, there are ads. This is a public internet page, and they probably need money. So Aethelbald, oh my gosh, he was crowned after forcing his father to abdicate upon his... I don't know what abdicate means. Abdicate. That's not how you say that. Abdicate definition. Renounce one's throne. He forced his father to renounce the throne. Following his father's death, he married his widowed stepmother, Judith. Pass. Too much baggage. Not that baggage is bad. It's just there wasn't enough to work with anyway. Aethelbert, this sexy hottie right here. So I'm leaning towards Smash. I didn't comprehend a single word I just read. Okay. So they defeated the Danish army. Smash. Aethelred. What are these names? Aethelred the First. His reign was one long struggle with the Danes who occupied York in 866, establishing the Viking kingdom of Jorvik. See, the Vikings are one part of history that I never got into. I know a lot of people are really into Vikings, and that's great for them. I just never got into it for some reason. I don't know why. Pass, just because it doesn't seem like he didn't really do a good job. Sorry. Alfred the Great is the son of Aethelwulf, who we remember who's the second king of England. Wow. We're leaning towards Smash because he's the great. So he's well educated. I like an educated man. Proven to be a strong leader and a wise ruler. Managed to secure 5 uneasy years of peace. Okay. And to secure his place in history, he began the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles. I don't know what that is. Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. Oh, it's a book. What? Okay, so they just wrote down the history. Okay. Smash. I mean, I feel like I have to. Edward the Elder, hot. So we're moving into the 1900s. Not the 1900s. The 900s. He was killed in a battle. Okay, nothing here. He's just called the Elder. Pass. Aethelstan. Is it Ethel? Okay, regardless, it means noble. I feel dumb. So Noblestan is his name. Wow. He unified England. Pretty cool, but also bad because England. So pass. Edmund. Oh my God, he was 18 when he became, young. 18's a little young for me. While celebrating the feast of Augustine, Edmund was stabbed by a robber. Damn. Okay. Pass. Sorry, dude. Rest in peace, but pass. Okay. I hope this video isn't boring. That would suck. I'm not even reading. Edwig. Wig.
Wig, did you just say wig? Yes.
It was about 16. Pass. Edgar, 959 to 975. Immediately recalled Dunstan from exile, making him Archbishop. I don't pass. I don't know, because they just like said he was like young, so pass. Edward the Martyr. I don't like a martyr complex. It's kind of a red flag for me. Crown King when he was 12. Pass. Pass. Red flag. Aethelred the Unready. Aethelred Jr. the Unready. Pass. Unready or badly advised. I mean, I don't want that in a partner. Sorry. Oh, but wait. He's kind of hot. It still has to be a pass. It can't just all be about looks. Edmund Jr. Ironside. So he ruled 1016 to 1016. Kind of a red flag. He was chosen by the good folk of London. Okay, we love that. We love a democracy. Edmund died later that year, probably assassinated. I mean, I'm going to say smash. That's a hot name. Seems like he was well loved. Canute the Great, the Dane. Oh my god, his name's Sven Forkbeard. I gotta see what this man looks like. Well, could be worse. Could be worse. Wanted to demonstrate that as a king he was not a god, and in order the tide not to come in knowing this would fail. Okay, so someone who knows a little bit of humility. I'll smash. Harold the First, also known as Harold Harefoot. He was speedy and a skilled hunter. Illegitimate son of Canute. Harthacanute. Can you imagine if your name was Harthacanute? Okay, so these are Danish kings. He was buried in Westminster Abbey before Harthacanute had his body dug up, beheaded, and thrown in the Thames. I like his boldness. I wouldn't want to take his last name, so I'll have to say pass. But then Harthacanute seems kind of like a badass. 24 and was the last Danish king to rule England. Harthacanute died at a wedding whilst toasting to the health of the bride. Okay, red wedding. Damn. That's kind of hot. I'll have to say smash. I gotta see what he looks like though. Oh, okay. We're spelling it a bunch of different ways. Feel like we could do worse. That's not bad. Yeah, I stick by my smash. I want to see the stabbing. If you're gonna call this the death of Harthacanute, I want to see the stabbing. Anyways, moving on. Edward the Confessor. He restored the rule of the House of Wessex. Pious and religious. Pass. Harold Jr. So he was elected king by the Witan. I didn't even know that existed. High-ranking nobles and religious leaders. Bourgeoisie. Pass. We're eating the rich. Sorry. Okay, the Norman kings, which I think means French, right? Yes. Ode, homage. How do you even say that? France. So William First. Oh, William the Conqueror. We all know him. Smash. Ooh, he was the illegitimate son of Robert the Devil. That's hot. William Jr. Rufus. Pass. I'm never gonna date a man named Rufus. Henry the First. Bioclet. He founded a zoo. Yes, come on, Matt Damon. He's called the Lion of Justice. Joffrey Plantagenet. This is where I start to know people. But Henry the First is a smash also. Yeah, that's hot. Steven. I'm sorry, I can't take anyone named Steven seriously. And I had like 3 professors named Steven, and I didn't take any of them seriously. Steven, if you're watching this, you know which Steven. Sorry. Very King. Pass. Imagine that being your opening on your biography. Sad to say. Hot, but bad. See, looks aren't everything. So we're at the Plantagenets. There is a podcast called, it's one of my favorite podcasts, Classical Stuff You Should Know. They have a wonderful breakdown of the Plantagenets all the way through the War of the Roses. They're on part 9, which I haven't listened to yet, of just the War of the Roses. So it was a yellow flower. He used to wear this on his helmet when he rode into battle. Planta Genestra, so Plantagenets. It's just because of a yellow flower. It's nothing like crazy. So Henry Jr. Anjou. This is where we get like Anjou was like that French. It's like a really important part of history or whatever. I don't know. Obviously, I can't explain too much of it. So I don't know that much, but that is familiar to me. Strong king, brilliant soldier, but he's not good looking. See, this is what you can be hot and bad, and that's a pass. But if you're good but not hot, it's also a pass. So pass. Richard the First. This is the Lionheart. This is where I think the Lion in Winter, is that what it's called? That's what this is based off of. See, King Henry. Speaking of Palestine, this is serious. This is not funny. In the description, I'll have links to resources to learn, donate, contact your representatives. Please, while you're home, and if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, which is also based on a genocide, there is an active genocide going on right now in Palestine. Please use your voice. Contact your representatives. Donating money If you're able to do that because of the blockades in Palestine, those resources are not getting through to the Palestinians that need them. So honestly, the best way to help out is to protest, is to contact your representatives, call them, email them, fax them, make it inconvenient for them to ignore it, because that's what they're trying to do in the interest of helping America, which is not true. They just want to make money, especially if you're celebrating Thanksgiving with your family. Recognize the privilege that many of the Palestinians have lost the majority of their family. Okay, let's see. So Richard the First, pass. Oh yeah, that's right. He was captured and held for ransom. So pass. John. Half of the men in my family are named John, so I have to pass. I'm not even going to read about him. Henry the Third. So he was 9 when he was king. Pass. But he started House of the Commons, which was good. Henry was the greatest of all patrons of medieval architecture. Smash as an adult, not when he became king, okay? Monarchs of England and Wales. So I think this is when we're officially starting to consolidate the British Isles. Edward Longshanks. I think they called him Longshanks because he had long ass legs. Is that right? So he kind of founded the House of the Lords. So pass. This part of history is really interesting though. This is when I highly recommend listening to the podcast because they cover all of this shit. It's so funny. Edward Jr. deposed. Let's read this whole thing. Edward was a weak and incompetent king. He had many favorites, Piers Gaveston being the most notorious. He was beaten by the Scots at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. See, I judge English names like Bannockburn, but I now live in Pennsylvania and I'm from Pennsylvania, and we have cities like Blue Balls and Intercourse, so I can't really judge. Edward was deposed and held captive in Berkeley Castle in Gloucestershire. His wife joined her lover Damn. In deposing him. By their orders, he was murdered in Berkeley Castle, as legend has it, by having a red-hot poker thrust up his anus. But he has a beautiful tomb erected. Anyway, pass. Edward III. His ambition to conquer. We love a man with ambition. Ooh, damn. Outbreak of bubonic plague killed half the population of England. Not his fault, but probably could have done more, so that's a pass, Eddie. Richard II, also deposed. Son of the Black Prince. Richard was extravagant and unjust and faithless. The peasants revolt. Okay, yes. Power to the people. Pass. This is the House of Lancaster. This is where we're starting to get into War of the Roses territory, the build up to that. Because it's the Lancasters versus the Yorks, okay? Game of Thrones speak. Lannisters versus the Starks. Do you see the comparisons? Henry the Fourth. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of rebellions and assassinations. Henry the First Lancastrian king died exhausted, probably of leprosy. Leprosy is a chronic infection which is caused by a type of air. This doesn't answer my question. Pass. So sorry. Henry V, pious, stern, skillful soldier. He got the monk cut. Is this who Timothée Chalamet played? Yes, Henry V. I know so much. My brain is so large. But pass. And he also died of dysentery. Henry VI. This is the beginning of the War of the Roses. Sorry, that's a pass. I'm not even going to read about him. House of York. Eddie Boy. Pass. Not hot. That's a child. Richard III. End of the War of the Roses. But he's not hot. Pass. The bob is not bobbing. That bob sucks. Okay? Like you have a lot of weight at the bottom of that, buddy. You need to thin that out. Okay? It's not laying nice. You probably know the Tudors. You know them. You love them. Henry VII. Pass. His wife's hot. Smash. Monarchs of England, Wales, and Ireland. This is when we I don't even think I'm English. Henry VIII. I used to be obsessed with him. I'm sorry. It's a smash. I'm sorry. I just think he's really interesting. I know he sucked. He's the one that had the 6 wives. Edward VI. There's so many fucking Roman numerals. Sickly boy. Is a boy. Child. Pass. Anyway, Mary the First. This is Bloody Mary. Obviously a smash. Elizabeth I. Love her. Big support of the arts. The execution Mary, Queen of Scots, was kind of like bad or whatever. But she never married, so like single queen. And she supported the arts. Shakespeare specifically, so smash, obviously. And then we're in the Stuarts. This is still Shakespeare's time. If you didn't know, Shakespeare wrote in the Elizabethan and Jacobean era, which means King James, who was here. James I, he was more of a scholar. Okay, smash. A tentative smash. Charles the First. This is where we have the English Civil War. Feeling pass. The Commonwealth. This is a part of the history this is where I stopped paying attention. But I have to pass the Cromwells. I heard they suck, so. The Restoration. Charles II, known as the Merry Monarch, in like a gay way. 13 known mistresses. Okay, so he's kind of a man whore. Smash, because he looks good in his photo. James II and 7th of Scotland. So I think that means he's the 2nd James in England and the 7th in Scotland. I'm actually not going to Google that one. I'm just gonna pretend that I'm right. But pass. That looks horrible. What is that wig? That wig would look great on someone else, but this is gonna be so mean. Detox looks like James II and 7th of Scotland. Don't tell Detox I said that. I mean that with kindness. Detox looks better. Detox would wear that wig better. Anyway, William III and Mary II. Actually, they're both a pass. Sorry. I love women, but I don't know. They look like siblings. And she's a smash. Anne was a close friend of Sarah Churchill, so she's a
Wig.
smash. The Hanoverians. George I, pass. Look at that man. Don't even need to read George II, pass. All the Georges are passes. George III, isn't that the guy? Yeah, this is where we start America. You know what I mean? Anyway, pass. All the Georges are passes. Like, what is going on here? William IV, pass. Victoria, she was kind of a bitch, right? Like, she loved the arts, but she was kind of like a prude. Sorry, Victoria. Loved what you did for the arts, hated what you did for society. Edward VII. I like the Edwardian era. They had cute clothes. Smash. House of Windsor. This is where we start to get into the modern era of The Crown, like literally The Crown, like the TV show, which is really good. George V. Pass. Edward VIII. I liked him on The Crown. How they depicted him in The Crown, I liked him. He left because he married an American divorcee. I don't know his politics, but just on that fact, smash. King George. This is the one that Colin Firth played. So Colin Firth as King George VI is a smash. No, this is the Second World War, so probably pass. Anyway, Queen Elizabeth, she killed Diana. So pass. And now King Charles, obviously that's a pass. Obviously we're Team Diana over here. I can do a really bad Princess Diana impression. Charles. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this didn't suck, and I hope it was somewhat entertaining. It felt like I was filming for like 3 hours. It's been 40 minutes. Anyway, check out those resources in the description. You know, subscribe. I don't know what game we're going to play next week. I don't know. Just let me know what you want to see. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Out of all the monarchs that we went through today, which would be your number one? Smash. Bye. Bye.